Hey guys, guess what? I got my hair cut. What do you guys think of my new look? I'm still trying to get used to this new length because I've been used to having long hair for so long, but I went to this really great salon called Salon Hayes on West Broadway in Vancouver, and I told him, oh boy, here's a good length, and he just kind of went with it and just cut it, and I put all my trust in him, and I love how it turned out, and he did a really great job on my bangs, so I'm really happy. Anyways, this week I'm showing you guys how to do a braided scarf tutorial. Since last week I asked you guys for feedback if you wanted more scarves, and you guys said yes, and so thank you for your enthusiasm. I loved reading your comments. Everybody was awesome. So I'm going to show you a few different ways. So this one I'm wearing is a braid using a normal scarf. So you can do that with any scarf you have lying at home, but you don't have to cut anything up. This is the one that is made from t-shirt. Not a t-shirt. You can either do this out of a t-shirt, but I just used normal fabric. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is actually inspired by a scarf that was being sold on Pinterest for $46 until a really crafty person decided, I'm going to figure out how to make that myself, and she had a tutorial on, and it was on all over Pinterest. But she requires sewing in the instructions, so I was like, that doesn't work for me because all my videos are 100% no sewing required. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do an alternative way where you just snip and knot, double knot. And that's how we got this part to connect together, so you get little knots instead of sewing a straight line. So there you go. So I'm gonna show you that. And you can also do this exact same look using two normal scarves. So that's like 3 ways to do this look. You can use t-shirt, you can use fabric, and you can use 2 scarves. So I will show you. Let's get started. What you'll need is 2 really big t-shirts or squares of fabric that you can cut out. So at my house I had 2 XL t-shirts, a red one and a black one. And you'll want to pick t-shirts that are contrasting in color, like this red and black, or maybe in the same blue shade, like 2 shades of blue, a light blue and dark blue, or something with a fabric or something. But I would recommend picking one that doesn't have any graphics underneath the armpits. So if it has like a hard graphic, it's going to be really uncomfortable sticking out in your scarf because it's going to be like the only little bit that has a graphic printed on it. I also really highly recommend a t-shirt that doesn't have any side seams. So this one just goes all the way around. If you have a seam, it's going to like, you'll see it in the scarf and it's going to be like this line of bulk of sewing that you don't want. So I recommend finding 2 really large, bigger the better, XXL. These ones were just XL, so it kind of only gives your scarf 1 loop around your neck. If you do XXL, you can do like loop it around twice around your neck. So those are the t-shirts. Alternatively, you can just use fabric and you cut out like the right dimensions. So this is what mine is, and I'm using green and white. So for the first step, you're going to need to turn your fabric into a rectangle. And if you're using a t-shirt, you're basically just cutting a straight line from armpit to armpit. So you have the bottom, which is a rectangle. Then you're going to need to cut up, straight up one side of the t-shirt so that it can open up to a rectangle shape and lay flat. If it's an XL t-shirt, it will lay flat 23 inches by 16.5 inches. And if it's XXL, it will be 25 inches by 17 inches. Then you also want to extend the length of the t-shirt by unthreading the bottom and getting rid of the seams so you can extend the length of the t-shirt. And if you don't know how to do that, you can check my unthreading video, which will be linked in the description box below. If you're using fabric, you're going to need to cut out a rectangle that is 60 inches by 18 inches, or this is 30 inches by 18 inches when it's folded in half. So this is basically, I just copied the same size as the t-shirt. Actually, the dimensions I just gave you, they're actually bigger than this t-shirt, but the bigger size is what I recommend for the scarf. If you copy this exact dimensions, it's gonna be a smaller circle scarf. So now you're gonna have 2 rectangles that are really long and the exact same size for both. And the second step is to actually start folding the fabric and braiding it. So I'm basically just gonna let it settle into a rope shape. I tried folding it neatly and it didn't, came out, I think the scarf came out too neat. I didn't like that. So you basically just lay them down into U shapes. And you can pick one of them to be the one that loops around. So you put that one on top. So I have this one on top. And I'm basically gonna stick my hand through this hole and grab the two ends and pull it out. And just repeat that step. So get through the hole, grab these two ends and pull it out again. And that is basically all you need to do. Now you just fluff up the ends, fluff out the inside one, so now that we have the braid in the middle, we need to connect the other ends together so it can become a circle scarf. So what you need to do is connect this side with this side and this side with this side. So if you know how to sew, you could definitely sew this into a straight line and just overlap them together so they connect. But we don't do sewing in my tutorial, so I'm gonna just cut some tabs out on both sides and then connect them together. So what you're gonna do is spread out the two ends and then put these two together so they match up, layered with this one. And now we're going to cut tabs so we cut both at once, and we'll have the exact same number of tabs on the top and the bottom. And so I roughly did them about 1 inch deep and 1 inch wide, but I just kind of did whatevs. So now we're just going to tug on each one and tie the tabs together and go all the way down. Woohoo! And now I'm just double knotting all the tabs together at hyper speed. Aren't I so fast at it? Make sure you don't go too fast that you forget a tab, because you don't want it to be uneven when you get to the end and you're like, oh, where did I miss a tab? And there we go. Here is the two ends connected together by cutting strips and knotting them, double knotting them together. And so here is the finished circle scarf with the braid. I actually think that the fabric that I chose to make the scarf with is a little bit too thick, which is why, you know, I think it'd be actually better with using t-shirt fabric. And I know all my tutorials are supposed to be using t-shirts, but personally I actually like using this exact same technique but using two normal scarves. So you could just use two normal scarves like I have here, blue and pink, and you don't even have to cut up any t-shirts or cut up any fabric. So this is a super easy way. So all you do is just grab the two like this. So holding it like this, I'm going to grab these two ends and pull it through the circle and go back through the hole again and pull this out again. So you pull it up through twice and you get two knots here. And because these two fabrics are very similar in texture, I think that's why it looks better, and it fluffs better because, you know, scarves are more fluffy than t-shirts. So maybe this is why I like this one better. So it looks like this. And you can't really connect the ends for the two scarves, so you could just wear it kind of like this and then just throw it over your shoulder, since they're kind of long enough to stay put like this. So you can kind of wear it like this. Another way you could actually do this is just using one single scarf, and we can get a braided look as well by doing actually a literal braid. So if you guys know how to do a braid in your hair, like when you just do 3 strands, this is a really great technique too. So you just put it around your neck, make it even at the bottom, and tie a knot. Make sure the strings are even, and have it up until where you want the circle scarf to fall. So I want it to go up to about here. So holding this knot, I'm gonna switch it around and put it at the top of my neck And now you can see that there are 3 strands like you would normally do for a braid. So you just basically start braiding. And when you get to the end, you can just basically leave it dangling. But you'll have your braid along the side like this and dangles at the end. Wear off to the side. There you go. So another really cool scarf braiding technique. So I actually like these 2 techniques better because you can just use normal scarves, but I'm supposed to be showing you guys how to tie up t-shirts, so that's why I have this one. But yeah, let me know which one do you like the best. Which one turned out the coolest for a braided scarf DIY. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to check out the blog for the written instructions. I have the transcript of what I'm saying and all the steps kind of typed out. So don't let my hard work of typing it out go to waste. Please check out my blog. I have pictures in there, step by steps, and you can pin the images so I can save the tutorial. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more scarf tutorial next week, so watch out for that. You asked for a scarf tutorial, so I'm keeping them coming, okay? See you guys later. Bye!